Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are around the world. Welcome to Live for You this evening. We're in all the usual groups, the free groups, and also the paid Inner Circle group. And I've got Robert with me. How you doing, Robert?
Fantastic. So what is live for you, Stephen? What does it mean?
What does life mean?
Live for you.
Oh, life. I misheard you. Well, it means that we are live for our members in the Inner Circle group, and also we go live free in some of the other groups. And talking of those members, let's bring in the people who are waiting to join us on the call, shall we?
We shall.
That's
So this is our weekly call that we do Q&A. We do catch up with the world on what we're doing for DFY Magic Themes and so much more. So as everybody's joining us, they're coming into the room, then we'll start chatting and answering questions. That we do whatever it takes, right, Stephen?
Absolutely, yeah, all the time. So let's just get everyone into the group as always and get everyone settled in. I think we're getting there. Good evening, everyone.
How's everybody doing?
Hi, thanks.
Awesome.
Good.
Awesome.
Well, tonight we're going to be touching on how I create my blog posts and also how I spin them, and especially for Bob, because I know he's been struggling a bit. I'm going to show you how I spin my images, and then we got the content then ready to use with auto Yive and Yive sites. And so that's the sort of the area we're going into tonight, and then we'll do a bit more Yive sitey stuff next week, along with I changed the way I build some of the PBNs. The current way is still fine in the members area. I've just incorporated a few other extra areas as well with it, so we'll be going into that as we go along.
So Stephen, just to like recap and what we do in a lot of this stuff, it's very interesting. But what's it been, a month and a half that we bought a brand new domain name.
Yeah.
For a painting company.
Yeah.
And in that month and a half, we put the painting DFY Magic Theme website on it and haven't touched it. It has no social media, no Google My Business attached to it, because what we're actually doing is we're going to compete with the actual company website that a client that I took on, a month and a half ago. We're competing with his current domain name that is attached to a Google My Business listing and had whatever social media he had for all these years. And we're ranking page 1 for affordable painter in the city name on that brand new site. So, I mean, I think what it boils down to, and I'm not picking on the guy, but he didn't know. So the site that they sold him has no content. They finally upgraded him. He paid an upgrade charge about 6 months ago. They put the pictures and they put some stuff, but they didn't add much content. The site looks decent, but it's not ranking. So what we do, and again, we as what we build here on these sites, it's not about telling you guys you're gonna be millionaires in 30 seconds. It's not about that, but it's about giving Google what Google really wants. And we took the time, Stephen and I, to really think about what is the most appropriate way to do this, link it together, put a starting content, if you will, to help you guys get ranked for things that make sense. The buyer intent keywords are very important. We can rank for stuff that doesn't matter, but buyer intent keywords are right on place, and that's how we build these. So I won't hold you up any longer. I just thought I'd share that you can build a site, not do much else, and it should rank out of the box. But we promise nothing, we say nothing. And again, for FTC disclaimers, you'll never make any money online.
And it's interesting, Robert, that one of my clients had someone build him a website, cost him $7,000, right? And it was about a 5 or 6 page website, and he was not getting any rankings. And I went in and I said, well, content's king. He said, what do you mean content's king? I said, you need more content. You need more keywords on your page, the things people are searching for.
Right.
Another good example of this, a friend of mine wants to work in the UK in television, right? He's a children's entertainer, and he wants to work for CBBC, the BBC children's channel. And he went, I'm hoping someone will find me. And I said, well, how are they going to find you? He said, well, maybe they'll see one of my videos or something. I said, they're too bloody busy to be searching YouTube for one of your videos. I said, you need to be pestering them. You need to be sending regular video reels in and emails and messages and get yourself noticed and message, get posting on their Facebook pages and Twitter pages, and be a nuisance, not too much of a nuisance, but be there. And he said to me, he said, okay, I'll try that. Finally, the other day, he's got someone who works for CBBS that might be interested in meeting him. And it goes
What does he do, Stephen? What does he do?
He's a children's entertainer.
So he should be putting content out, right? That would help the average family to put together some kind of entertaining party for their children, right? He doesn't have to give away the shop, but he could tell them some of the basic things they need to do to have a successful party and put that out there. And that helps people, because they might not look to hire him until they know who he is.
And this is the thing, it goes for the same for what we're doing, right? You could build 100 websites across the UK or America, all in different niches, right? And leave them sat there and hope someone will find them by chance. And we've had some of our members who've had people find them by chance, which is fantastic. But ultimately, sitting back and hoping isn't putting the money in. So you get your site up, right, and just get an email. If you're really shy and you don't want to pick up the phone and ring people like I do, get an email list together, right, and send an email out to 10 companies going, I've got this website available, go and check it out. Put something together that you send, and don't just send one email. Send one week, and another week reword the email with a different title about, hey, I've got a website for you in your local area. And if you don't get a response, then you do need someone who can pick up the phone and say to, hey, Robert, I know you work in plumbing, and I know you haven't got a website online. Websites are really important for your business. I have one. Can I send you a URL? Just go and check it out, and then we'll talk. Don't talk money or shop on that side. Just say, let me have your email address. I'll send you a link. Okay, no problem. Or are you on Facebook Messenger? I'll link up with you. I'll send you a link. Once you've sent that link, that's opened up that dialogue. Once you've got that dialogue open, then you can move on to the next stage, which is, hey, okay, there's the site. How about I let you have the, I'll put your details on it and we'll run it for a month free of charge, or a couple of weeks free of charge. And after that, if you wish to continue before I offer it to one of your competitors, it's then so much a month. And once you get them on board with you, then you can upsell them to a larger area, more sites maybe, all sorts of things. Managing your GMB, that alone can be worth more than actually renting a website. So it's that,
100%.
It's that foot in the door thing, right? And do a bit of market research in your own local area. I use a Gmail account, and I will message companies and go, hey, I'm interested in your GMB, so I just want to know how much. So can we call you? So I set a Twilio number up that I pay $1 for, and once I finish getting all the information I want from them, their pricing and this, that, and the other, I close that one down, and I don't go back in the Gmail account. They don't get the business, but I've got the information I want. Yep. The advantage.
It's always repetitive, and I just wanted to kind of remind the reset of what Done For You Magic Themes is about for those that are newer in the program, but also to remind you guys that we have to build, we have to use what we have. And I don't see him in in the chat today, but you know, Michael is in pest control, and I was chatting with him yesterday, as a matter of fact, and he said to me in the chat, I'm sorry I haven't been in touch. I've been so busy with my business because of the website leads that I haven't had time to do anything, and we haven't seen him. So his websites are generating business leads and business for him, and he's in pest control. That's what he does. So he got into this for himself, not so much to sell and rent websites, but he did that as well too. And so, you know, he just put the effort in. He worked hard to get his first, I don't even know how many sites he put up. I'm gonna say 5 or 6, but I don't know. And again, it's putting that effort in, making them the best you can, use them out of the box if you need to, and then dress them up afterwards. But you got to build. You got to take the time. You know, Stephen is a mastermind when it comes to creating a simpler way to do things all the time. So yeah, we want to be light years ahead of where we are, but yet we are so far ahead of where we were 3 months ago because of what we've been doing. New members area, new way to build them. Now it's a WP system that I built a site this morning while I was drinking coffee.
Yeah.
And it was that simple. You know, I could drink my coffee while the machine was working, and the site was built. So,
and it's a lot quicker now because you don't have to load extra stuff. Most of it's preloaded.
It's you know what it is? It's being patient and making sure that you let the thing run. So have something to do. Have a cup of coffee with you for those 3 minutes it takes to load up the file.
I set one going last night, doing the restore in WP Vivid, and I went, I'm not going to wait for it. I went to bed. I got up this morning, it restored, and then I logged in and changed the login details. Now, I mean, I advise most people, if you can come back in 10, 15 minutes, that's great, because you don't really want to leave the default username and password for the WordPress login on there. Only because that's going to be a common username and password. So you're wise to get. And as we do more builds, we will actually change that username and password on future builds. So when you go to see the build, the new username and password for that particular build will be in there, because we don't want them all being the same. Right. Just the first batch we made the same for that reason.
But I just kind of wanted to reiterate for everybody that use the system for what it is, but also keep in mind what it is if you're not using it, it's a waste. You know, build sites and keep going with it. And the last thing I'm going to say, because it's for me, it's another golden nugget for you guys, is the next version that we're working on now, content-wise, is another way for you to sell home service websites. So you'll put that up, rank it, put it in your area with your information, and it's another sales page that's working for you 24/7.
Yeah.
And it's going to be based on contractor websites. And that's really what we're building in DFY Magic Themes. So anybody that's a contractor that is looking for a website in a local area and they put in, you know, painting contractor websites, you guys should rank for that very easily.
So I'm now going to be really cruel to the people in the free groups, because we're getting down to the nitty gritty of how I find my content, how I spin it, how I create the post, and how I link it all up to Yive sites and auto Yive. And if you want to get into the inner circle, then you need to reach out to myself or Robert, and we'll tell you how you can do it. But in the meantime, it's night to all the free groups.
Sorry, guys, but this is what we do, and we keep our secrets close to the vest for our members and